Griffin Lilly Jr. is our last speaker this evening. Griffin is starting a new path here this evening. He is diving into the dynamic leadership path and will be giving his icebreaker speech. Do you ever feel overwhelmed? You wake up in the morning and realize that you have a tightly packed day of activity, yet no time for yourself? Have you tried to corral your day only to hit the bed at night and realize that you accomplished nothing? Griffin understands how you feel. Griffin was a person who had no handle on his days and let them carelessly slip through his fingers. Listen in as Griffin shares with you how this all changed with the book he is reading. Please help me welcome to the lectern, Griffin Lilly Jr. and his speech, The 3 Ugly Truths About Time. Griffin.
Everybody hear me okay? I have a secret to tell you. I'm a time waster. I know it may shock you, but it is true. I waste time. And as I learn to grow in this life, I actually will be turning 50 in February. I learned 3 ugly truths about time. Taking a book out of Steve Lanham's, his playbook, I have alliteration. So one thing I learned is that time is priceless. As of January 31st, 2022, I have been alive 18,244 days. And that time has gone fast. I don't know where it's gone. When I was in the Navy, what I would do after I finished being a cook, I would get with the guys and we would play video games all through the night. Talk about a time waster. And then I would also do things that just didn't make any unearthly sense. I learned though, as I'm getting towards this season of life, that Jim Rohn, the late Jim Rohn, said, either you run the day or the day runs you. And I learned that time is indeed priceless and I need to spend it well. So I learned that time is priceless. As I continue to learn about time, I started to say to myself, time is slipping through my fingers and I need to get a handle on my time. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? You look for a book. So I bought a book called Getting Results the Agile Way by J.D. Meyer. J.D. Meyer used agile thinking, which is a system that programmers use to get projects done. And I was wondering, how can I apply this to my life? Because you can do things in a systematic way. And I said, this sounds like it's for me. So I started reading the book and I started implementing it in October of last year. And one thing I learned next is, since we're keeping with alliteration, time is powerful. J.D. Meyer, the author, taught me that I need to treat time as a first-class citizen. He taught me in the book to have the rule of 3. Just focus on 3 things that you can do today. That's easy, right? So he recommended doing things that you should do, things that you would do, and things that you could do. So I started to implement that. And as I realized that as I started to do this process, it started to become easier and easier. Now I know you may be thinking, Griffin, you had it perfect the first time you went around. No, that did not happen. So that brought me to the 3rd ugly truth I found out about time. Is that, I know you're looking for alliteration, so it must start with a P, right, Griffin? No, I didn't find a P, so I'll just say time is compounding. So I emphasize the P, pounding, compounding. So I learned that as I continue to go through this path of personal growth, I eventually start compounding results. When I started this in October 25th of last year, I had 3 buckets to work from. I had my personal bucket, my work bucket, and my Toastmasters bucket. Me being the overachiever, I realized that failed miserably. So I had to scale it back. And I learned now that I only have 3 things for the whole day. And if I accomplish those things, then I can move on to something else. So I learned what Steve Jobs said. Steve Jobs said this, that there's been one mantra. One of my mantras is focus and simplicity. So I learned that I need to keep it simple. So I learned that time is priceless. It's an ugly truth, but it is priceless. So I need to treat it well. I learned that time is powerful. I need to treat time as a first-class citizen. I learned that time is compounding. Moments matter. And now I would like to reverse time and say, hi, my name is Griffin, and I no longer waste time. Back to you, Rick.